Hey. Terrell Bilbo, the crypto consultant. Today we will be talking about backtesting, support, and resistance. Let's get into it. Backtesting. Backtesting is the general method for seeing how well a strategy or model have done ex post. Ex post basically means after the trade has already executed, what does it look like? Backtesting assesses the viability of trading strategy by discovering how it would play out using historical data. So we're going to go over there. We're going to move to a chart and show you basically once you go back, you're able to see what actually happened and if your trading strategy actually works. Support. Support occurs when the downtrend is expected to pause due to a concentration of demand. Think of support like the floor and resistance is your ceiling. So this is an example of it. So you have a downtrend, you come up, then you're uptrend, then you come back into the downtrend. I say when it says it pauses, consolidation is pausing. So it wick right here. So this is a major level of support. Then it bounces off of that support, it bounces off of that floor, and then goes into a buy. So that is what support is. This is your support, the floor. Then we look into resistance. Resistance occurs when an uptrend is expected to pause temporarily due to concentration of supply. Again, think of resistance as your ceiling and support as your floor. So here you go here, it resisted, back down, resisted, back down to the support. And when it breaks through, that's when you go into it's going into a uptrend. So now, and what I'll show you in the next slide is that now this resistance now becomes that support because now this is going to bounce off here and keep going. So no, resistance becomes support in an uptrend and support becomes resistance in a downtrend. So as shown here, here it hits our support, it bounces off, hits the support again, bounces off, comes down, it breaks through our support. Now, once it breaks through our support, it comes back to test that previous support, which is now our resistance. Bounces off. Comes back to test it, bounces off. So now this is your resistance. So now before, remember, now look at it. It was support, support. Now it hit support, but it broke through support. Now it came back up to test the previous support. Now this line becomes your resistance because we're in the downtrend. Now it comes your resistance. Now it goes down from here. So that is the basis of support and resistance. So let's jump to a chart and see what that looks like. So basically we can take any chart you go to. So this is USD CAD. Try to find you guys a clean one that I haven't marked up a lot. Let's go here. So this is Theta, which is a very good coin. You guys should be paying a lot of attention to because Theta is going to be pretty big. So I'm on the hour chart. So always find your zones on your larger time frames, as we discussed in the last one. So what you can do, you can minimize this, get it small. So basically where you're finding, what you're looking for is a concentration of levels, right? So this is like, so if we look at it right here, boom, we have a touch here, touch here, touch here, then it breaks up, right? So this could be a great support area for us. So what we would do is take this, draw a box here. That is a great support right there. And you can do it all the way out because you'll see how it respects it all the way through. Okay. So it respects it all the way through. So we'll open this up a little bit bigger. So this is where we were in an uptrend. We were in an uptrend. Great thing to look at right here. Let me move this out of the way. We had a downtrend here. Boom. Again, some of those other tools that we talked about, but here's the cross in your MAs right here. Red over blue, which means we're going into a downtrend. Okay, we have our downtrend. Boom. Coming down. So now I push down. First time it hits the support zone. You have a bullish engulfing, bounces up, comes back to test it. It went through, but then it also came back up. So again, this is a good level of support. Come back to test it again. Boom, look what you have. So now we can say here, this is our support. Right there, that's our support. And then so now let's look to see where we can find a resistance point. So again, we minimize our screen so we can see. So this would be a good zone for resistance right here because you had several touches where it bounced down. So again, let's take our square and draw our resistance zone right here. Believe me, you'll learn to play with these charts and how to mark them up. Like this is part of really seeing the chart, seeing what you're doing. That way, once you mark it, you could always go back and you'll find that these points, they duplicate themselves over and over again. Excuse me, with this is happening. All right, so again, here are a bunch of points that see resistance here. It tested it, fell away. Boom, tested again, fell away. Down to our support. One touch, two touch, three touch, boom, again. Went back up to test. So again, 3-touch rule. That's another thing. We'll get into it later. And you'll learn more of these terminologies, these techniques or whatever, and what to see. Because like I always say, like trading is really, this is a puzzle. It's like a big puzzle, right? And in like, you know, if you've ever done a big puzzle, once you're putting the pieces together, you don't really understand what the picture is. And then until you start to put more and more of the puzzle together, and then you start to see the picture. And once you see the picture, that puzzle becomes that much easier to put those pieces in place. And this is the same thing with trading. Trading is a puzzle. Once you get to see the whole picture, like, okay, this is my resistance zone. I've seen it hit this 3 times, and then it fell away from the zone. Okay, then it hits the support 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, then it goes back up to that same resistance point again and it fell away. So now you're starting to see the puzzle. You're starting to see the pattern. And once you start to see that, trading becomes a lot easier because basically all you're doing is based on historical data, what it does. In trading, remember this, it only goes up, down, or sideways. That's the only 3 ways that a chart can go. It can go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways. And to know what to do when it's doing each one of those, that's what's going to make you a powerful trader. So remember, support, resistance, and back testing are very key to trading. So I want to give you guys some of these tools. Take this home, do your own research, get on a chart, and mark up support and resistance. Everybody have a great day.